Hi, this is Vivek, and today I'm making this video on the prompt engineering. So I have seen a lot of video on YouTube, and I found there is a lot of stuff on this topic, right? Still, I'm making this video, and I'm keeping this video very short and one video only. That's enough for I think so for the prompt engineering, right? So I will be covering eight component to frame the good prompt for the AI, right? So, what if I tell you that the quality of the output depends more on your prompt than the AI itself? So, most of the people use AI, even very few know how to write the good prompts. So, answer of the LLM depends entirely on your prompts. Okay. So finally, what is a prompt basically? So prompt or whatever you write, like a message or something instructions. So basically, that is not wrong, or that is not correctly. We can say prompt. Prompt is something very constructive, very instructive, very role defining. So that is called basically the prompt, right? So the first concept is that garbage in garbage out, right? So if your prompt is not clear, you are writing the vague message or vague prompt to the LLM can give the generic reply, right? Okay, so next, you give the clear prompt, AI does the deep work on that, and you will get the golden output. Clear? So let's start now. So first component of this uh, prompting is role assignment. So whenever I take example of the banking, suppose that I have a non-data set and I have uploaded on GPT or cloud or any other LLM model, then you just need to give your expectation what kind of the role you want from the LLM model. So just you need to define the role of the LLM. So in this case, role assignment, you just need to that you act as a senior banking data analyst or analyst. If your assignment is related to the coding, then you need to give as the act as a coder or as a developer or as a senior coder. You need to define the role. Okay, so LLM will understand your expectations in this line. Okay, next is task instructions. So just now next step is the task, what LLM is expect to do. So suppose I have uploaded long data sets. So you give the prompt, second line of the prompt, analyze the long data set and provide the key insight. Okay, so your expectations or your instructions with the LLM is very clear, right? There is no vague thing in that. Next is context and background. Just you need to give sometimes LLM may not understand what is the context of your data set or what is the context of the message. So just you need to give some brief about your data set or your prompt, right? Or your expectations. So in my case, a data set include the loan ID, branch ID, amount disbursement, tenures, EMI processing fee. So I will give some brief about my data, what data I am getting uploaded. Although LLM can understand, but still we should define the context of our message or our expectations. Clear? Although this is the synthetic data, which I will upload later on, and I will show you how to do analysis. Okay, and the fourth block is few short example. So if you have worked on the AI or LLM model, you know there is some kind of the zero shot and the few shot. So zero shot. You just need to need to give any example. Just write your instructions or roll everything, and there is no need of the example. LLM will do accordingly, right? If in case if you want more clarity, so you give the example. So suppose in my case, loan with the higher EMI have a slightly higher default risk. So I have already given the example. So second, urban branches, show the faster disbursement than the rural branches. So I know my data context. So I give the example. So LLM can better understand. And another example I give you, sentiment analysis. So you just give one or two or three sentence and give this is the negative sentence in my context. This is the positive sentence in my context. This is the uh, neutral neutral in my context, right? So LLM will act accordingly. Fine. And fourth is the output format. So when you are not defining the output format, LLM give in any way. It may be the dash dash, it may be the lines, it may be the paragraph, it may be the something which is very irrelevant to your output expectations, right? So explicitly, you just need to give the formatting. You want your output in blurs. You want a top five insight summary. You want some risk analysis. You want some loan analysis. You want some collection analysis. Something endorse, something recommendation. So you need to give your output format very clearly. Then your whatever you are getting from the LLM, you will get in very organized way. Fine. And the sixth constant. So when you are getting the output, it may be two, three lines output, it may be five lines, or it may be the 100 lines output. Depends on your prompts, right? So just you need to give the constant. I need output in 200. Suppose you are making the chatbot or some reg system you are making, and you require output in 100 words, or maybe the 10 words something. So you just need to put the constant here that I need answer, or keep the answer in under the 200 words. So use the business simple language. So avoid heavy technical jargon. So you just give the constant to the model. Model will give your output accordingly. Oh, I hope block 6 is clear. And next is specific directions. So right. So if you want to give some specific direction, which is LLM is not presupposed to do, right? So suppose that there is a comparison in the branch performance, and there is a comparison between the previous day, next day, or comparison between the month MTD, previous MTD, or YTD is something. So you need to give the specific direction to the model. So this is the basically the additional direction to the LLM model. And last one is the tone and style. So tone, suppose that I'm doing analysis for the bank. So there is some specific terminology used in bank. So you give the you need to define the tone, moderate or business focused, or something professional, or something very easy language you want. So you just give the tone and style of output. Okay, so I hope I'm clear about all these 8 blocks, right? And chain of thoughts. So I knowingly or and deliberately I kept this separate because this is something very important in the prompting, right? So chain of the thoughts. So basically, this is a technique which tells AI to think step by step before jumping to the final answer, right? So AI reason through the problem, just like how you solve the math problem. So step by step, without a chain of thought. This is the one example. A, a train travels 60 miles per hour for the 2 hours, then 80 miles per hour for 1.5 hours total. So distance maybe uh, 260 miles. So if you are not explicitly giving the chain of the thought to the model, model can give you the wrong answer, right? Like this, 260 miles. And if chain of thought you are giving, so total distance, think step by step, right? So you can get a 270 miles. So it is like when you are giving the chain of the thought, model is learning how calculation is being performed. So some calculation may not be the generic, right? LLM may not be aware about that calculation. So you just need to explicitly define the calculation step by step. Then you will get the right answer. Although now LLMs are capable, if you will give the this line of the prompt, right? A train travels 60 miles per hour for the 2.5. So you can get the correct answer. Still, I'm showing you in other cases where the problem is very complex and highly mathematical. Then you require a chain of the thoughts, right? Okay. So thank you very much. And now let's go to the GPT. So I give sample. I uploaded long data set of the 500 reports, and I give the simple prompt here. Please analyze my data set and give the insights. Right, this is a very simple data analyst, and you just check the output, key insights from the long data set, top performing branches, EMI versus tenure trend, process fee analysis, long tenure distribution, customer behavior, and EMI spread, potential business observations, right? And the final summary. This is something, right? Now let's go to the prompt what I designed. So this is the prompt I designed in 8 blocks. So I'll act as a senior banking analyst and analyze the loan data set and provide the key insights. The third one is the context. This data set schema includes the loan ID, email ID, tenure, months, and a few short example. Loan with the higher EMI have the slightly higher default rate. Output and make bullet points, give top five insights, give conclusion in one line, give one line recommendation, right? Constant under keep under 200 words, no technical jargon, specific direction, identify the risky loans, compare the branch performance, and tone professional and data analyst tone. Okay, just I'm copying here and pasting. Let's see what will be the output. Okay, so you just see output has been changed. Right? Loan with the high EMI and short tenure appear more risky as the customer face higher monthly burden, right? Loan with the longer tenure, lower EMI are generally safer, easier for the customer repay. A small group of the loan contributes to the very high EMI. Some branches issue the more high EMI loans, suggesting uneven risk distribution across the branches. A majority of the loans fall in the minimum tenure, showing the customer preference for the branches. Now you see the conclusion. Higher EMI loans with a shorter tenure show the increased repayment risk. Recommendations. So focus on the monitoring high EMI loan and guide the customer toward the long tenure options. So you see this output. This is the very crispy, and actually I gave the 200 words, so it kept the entire output approximately may not be the correct 200, but approximately 200 words, something 200 300 words. Okay, so you get a section of the conclusion, recommendations, something. Okay, now before this you just see the answer. So this is the very unorganized and even the reader has to do a lot of work in this output, right? So this is the very crisp answer, right? So like this, you can control your output formatting. I hope now you are very clear. So again, I wrote this prompt, right? And give the top five insight conclusion in one line, and I say under constant keep 1,000 words, right? Let's see. Okay, now it has increased the size of the output. Certain branches are issuing more high loans with a high EMI. Okay, and you can see the output and the blood points, right? And the same way, again, I'm copying this and constant towards strong professional analyst and top five insights make blood points. So I'm just saying make points like one, two, one, two, right? Let's get right. You can see. So you are getting output and numbering. Perfect. So you can control your output from the prompt, and the quality of the output has been increased. Instead of the vague answers or something very relevant or general answers, you see very crisp answers here. So thank you. I hope the prompting is very clear with you. And if you find any suggestion or something you want to add on, please comment on this video. Definitely, I will correct the things. Thank you, and thank you very much. I tried to keep all these things in this video. Still, I may miss some few things in this video. So please, you can leave your comment or whatever I have missed in this video. So I will try to include a next video. Thank you very much for watching.